Hi there, my name is Edward and this is a video series about my mission to drop down to 100 kilograms. Now each week I will deliver a video to you about my trials and tribulations on this journey. Enjoy the show. Hello people, welcome back. I hope you all had a great week of your own, and if you're in the northeast of the USA, I know it's been quite hot this past week. So we've all taken advantage of these hot sunny summer days and been out there doing sport and all kinds of stuff. So let's start with a review of this past week. So last week was a bit of a mixed bag. Monday and Tuesday, I was actually feeling quite high and quite pumped about everything. Energy levels were high, and it was just such a pleasure to get back up there on the bike and break a sweat and just really pump out some serious miles. It's really a great feeling. Wednesday hit a pretty big wall, and I had very little energy, and I actually had to talk myself into just getting on the bike in the morning and getting on with the task at hand. But as soon as I did, I was happy again, and as I mentioned in the video last week, my favorite thing to do with this whole process, this whole journey, is the actual exercise. So, I know in my mind, if I just get out there and get busy with it and break a sweat, then I'll be back where I need to be, and that's what happened on Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon. So if you're just starting your journey now, I promise you that only after a few weeks, you'll get a far greater rush from whatever exercise it is you're doing than you would get from a bag of chips or ice cream or whatever your sort of bad food go-to may be. So get out there and get your workout on. So what did work for me very well this past week was the 2 liters of water per day, especially on the nights when my food cravings were really bad. It really was a bit of a lifesaver. So how did the numbers go last week? Well, it wasn't fabulous. I lost just on a kilo, which is about 2.2 pounds, and that's okay, but it's nothing to celebrate or really write home about. I ate a lot of fruit this past week, and I did eat brown rice with 5 of my dinners, and I think that's what contributed to sort of a drop in the weight loss. And even though I didn't do any high intensity workouts because of my back, I still should have lost more weight than I did. So next week, I'll be putting myself through my biggest test to date, and I'll just run you through what that's going to entail. So this week coming, I do want to set some personal records due to the less than illustrious week that's just passed and the results thereof, but there's actually a much bigger reason, and this to me is far more personal and far more important. So a few years ago, I weighed 133 kilos, which is 293 pounds. And yes, you're hearing me correctly, or if you're watching the closed captions, I assure you it's not a typo. Now, when I was at this weight, I went on a pretty big weight loss journey then as well, and I dropped to 117 kilos, which is right where I'm at the moment. And since every couple of months, during the year, I would get excited for a few weeks and I'd drop down to 117, and then I would lose my nerve and I'd go back to eating crappy food and I'd cut my exercise, and pardon me, I would just stop giving a shit. The 117 mark to me is paramount. It's the 4-minute mile, it's the 10-second 100-yard dash. It's the hill I can't just run over. I've got to sprint past it this time, and I have to leave it in the dust. So for this week coming, this is what I'm going to do. Instead of 80, I'm going to do 100 kilometers on the bike, which is about 62 miles. I'll do 4 high-intensity workouts. I'll be doing my favorite baseball, my favorite exercise, which is baseball in the park. But that's not where the real challenge is going to come in. The real challenge is going to be I'm going to cut back to 800 calories a day. So I know some of you out there may think this is crazy, but it's the only way I can really get past this hump. The way I see it in my mind, I have to go way past 117. I can't just middle through it. I have to obliterate it so I can really focus on more exciting and the more important goals, getting down to 100, maybe past 100, and all that kind of stuff in the future. So will I be tired this week? Yes. Will I be cranky? More than likely. But am I going to win? You bet your ass I'm going to win. So, the goal this week is to drop a minimum of 2 kilos, which is just under 4.5 pounds. Now, to help on this journey, because I've been thinking about, well, how am I going to help myself? From a food intake, I will not be doing any carbs or sugar at all. So even with, the fancy pre-order meals I've been eating, I will not have any ones that contain pasta or rice, even if they're below the 450 calorie threshold. The other thing I'm going to do, try and make my life easier, is I'm going to up my intake of soda water. So I usually only drink it at night, but I'm actually going to start drinking in the daytime too, as it's been the most effective method for me to sort of not think about chicken wings and burgers and steak with potatoes and all that stuff. I hope you can set your own audacious goals this week too. And remember, it's not the guy or the gal that just sort of peeks out of the cave that changed the world. It's the person who says, I'm going to sprint out of the cave into the wilderness and I'm going to accept the challenges that the world throws at me, throws my way. And that's the person who changes their life and the lives of all of us. So thanks for tuning to this edition of the show. It's an absolute beautiful day out today, so I'm really excited and very happy to be headed to the park to play a little baseball. But please make sure that you're subscribing and also hitting the notifications button so you can join me on this journey. And I hope you all have a fantastic week of your own ahead, and make sure you're setting your own goals and just kicking some ass in your personal life. I'm Edward, and I will see you all back here next week. Until then, you all take it easy.